Hi, everybody.
Hello, folks. Howdy,
Welcome,
howdy.
welcome. Hello, Joe. Hello, Loretta. Good to see you both.
Good to see you, Joe. You too, Loretta.
Don't
Thanks for
forget the
coming by.
thumbs up.
We already got three somehow. There's a ghost out there.
I think we're the third one.
Okay. Uh,
Good to see you guys.
as far as how we're doing, well, been a rather tough week.
I'm doing much better. My
Yeah,
black eyes are almost gone except for this little spot here.
yep, she's doing better. I can't say the same for me.
Hi, Meadow. Good to see you.
Howdy, howdy. Uh, we actually have a topic for today. I don't know how many of you may knew Brett Broussard, his wife Amy. They're over in Louisiana, just a few hours from us. Fine, fine people. And Brett is putting together,
Brett and Amy together.
yeah, well, they're putting together some resources on who does prepping and
Homesteading.
and gives good advice and things of that sort. And in the list that he put
I
up
read.
there, Kate's Kitchen was first. And Amy, thank you for doing that. Putting
Hi, Lisa.
Kate's from Kate's Kitchen was first on Brett's list. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was neat.
Um,
Very good, Joe.
yeah, way to go.
I know I say this almost every week, but it looks like we're closer and closer to getting the chicken pen and run completed. We only have a couple more steps. I'm hoping we'll get to it Monday or Tuesday.
They are
And by
making.
next week, I'll be able to tell you it's in. Hello,
Hey,
Brett.
Brett, how you doing? Good to
Thank
see
you for
you,
putting me
friend.
on the list.
Yeah, in the number one spot too. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Exactly, Joe.
You're
We
right,
just
Joe. It's gonna get there. Next couple weeks, I'm thinking.
hi,
Hey,
Josh.
Josh. Good morning, son. Uh,
We only have a couple more things to do. Just my coworker has a life of his own, and I don't understand why he doesn't want to just devote all his time and energy to putting my chicken pen
it
together.
is
But
quite riveting.
somehow he likes to do other things too. Oh, it's all Amy.
Oh, it's all Amy's.
Well,
Okay.
thank you, Amy.
Well, thanks.
Had a cousin shot yesterday. He came out of surgery, gets to leave Monday, and he was like,
Oh
"Wow,
my
was it a
gosh.
hunting accident, Joe?"
How'd that happen?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Hope it wasn't you that shot him. Whoops, little misfire there. Oh, how you doing? What's wrong with your leg?
Just got out of the shower, so well,
Yeah,
take your time,
whatever,
Josh.
Josh. Luckily, we don't have a camera in your
My
house.
hair's all wet from just getting it done too, so it was drug
Oh,
related.
17. That's too
I'm
bad,
so
Joe.
sorry.
Well, I hate to say it, but maybe he'll learn a lesson from that.
Learn it early, and you won't get involved anymore. I hope.
Well, actually, Amy,
Wait, Mr. Sheriff.
what you did gave me the idea for what we're slash Kate is going to do today, because our topic is how do you prepare? So Kate's got a few little tricks that I think a couple of them might be fairly unique, and some things that she's acquired that those of us who are preparing ought to really think seriously about having. Yeah, his dad, well, that's unfortunately then when it's generational, Joe, like that. There's just,
Josh, I am lesbian.
she's
Hi,
lesbian.
Lazarus. Good to see
I
you.
took a week
Welcome.
off on pounding her.
Sorry.
I took a week off on beating you up.
Thank you, Loretta. I'm doing a lot better. Oh, now you're intrigued, huh?
Lazarick Homestead, thank you for joining us. That name doesn't ring a bell. Is this your
This
first
is out
time
building
here?
the greenhouse. No, they've been here before.
Oh, okay. She has a memory for this. I do not. I swear to God, I can't remember from one week
He
to the
spent
next.
too much time in the military where you wore your name on your chest all the time. He never
Yeah.
got used to trying to remember people's names. Michigan says, stopping in to say hello. You didn't forget, but on the road with hubby. He wants to go to Sam's for some stuff. Won't be
I
long.
understand.
Well, thank you for stopping in, sweetie. That it means a lot to us. It
Yeah,
really
it does. Just dropping by is important to us. So we appreciate it. So, how's everybody doing? You know, how's everybody's health and welfare and outlook on life? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. A lot of crazy stuff.
I try not to ever go to Sam's. I go to Costco a lot, and I can't get in and out of there either. I always end up spending at least $100 in Costco.
More like $300.
Well, I said at least. I don't go until I really need a lot, and then I stop up, so it costs a lot. I'm sorry, my nose is itching like crazy today.
Glad you're just kind of keeping up. And Loretta, I guess it's good to have too much to do if you're capable of doing it. Let me tell you, when you're not capable of doing it, it sucks.
You're watching Brett work on taking down the front garden bed. Oh, cool. So you're going to have all your gardens in the back now.
Cool.
Chris is out trying to get the greenhouse worked on. He just put my second fridge in the basement and got the man working. Good.
Cool.
Lisa's hanging in there for an old bird. Disability hearing was tonight.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Those disability hearings are such a ripoff.
Lisa, have you tried going with an attorney? When I did mine, I did that first, and they took it up right away.
Well, here in this part of Texas, there's just
Retired firefighter, paramedic,
thousands
funeral
of vets. This is Veteran City, USA. And even the county has an office for helping its people with the VA. I don't know if you have one or not, but you might look into it. And then there's always the veterans advocacy groups that'll take over for you. They don't charge anything.
Sorry, I'm trying to move things so I can get to my prayer list. Hi, Sean. Good to see you.
Amy's got a sore shoulder. Go ahead, Josh, I'm glad you're passing your classes. That's good news. Really good news.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that a lot, Amy. We're just sleep on it wrong and yeah, it is, Lisa. The government is just killing us. Just lining us up.
Thank you. It's real comfy. The stretchy headband
Yeah.
makes me feel happy. I like daisies.
And I like your hair wrap.
I was just saying thank you. It is great to see everybody coming in, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Got some interesting things to show you today.
One of the things I have to show you is sort of a takeoff on what Sean shared several months ago that he uses in his house. So he'll know a little bit about it, but I've changed just a tad bit of it. Has it quit raining, Josh?
I'll bet it is.
Hi, Sean in Alaska. Great to see you.
Hey, Sean. How you doing, partner?
That's the reason I wear them too, Lisa. I have no hair on top at all.
Maybe I need to start doing that too.
Oh, yours isn't that thin yet, darling. And then you can start wearing baseball caps.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go bald. I've got a picture of my dad at 76
And he had plenty of hair.
And his hairline is almost exactly, I mean, granted, it's a high forehead, yes, but it's just about the same spot.
It only went down to the 50s here, Amy, and it's supposed to go up to the 80s today. 73 right now, according to my computer.
Yeah, I can imagine daffodil. There's nothing moves me as much as a military funeral, bar none. Just nothing moves me as much as a military funeral.
You're too short to go bald. You're taller than I am, Josh, and I'm going bald.
Well, I was up early this morning. I was up around 4 o'clock for a while. I went back to bed. It was 47 degrees outside when I got up at 4.
Oh, very good.
And, my son's a funny kid. He's got a good sense of humor. I don't know where he got it, but
It's after his dad.
He's got a pretty good sense of humor. And he's been known to be a little bit sarcastic too.
You're just taller than your hair.
No idea where he got his sense of sarcasm.
No, not at all. Do you see what Sean Lathis says? He's not bald, he's just taller than his hair.
Oh my, it might freeze tonight.
The gorgeous day here too. There's not a cloud in the
It's
sky.
real nice.
Lisa, I'm down to 5'3", and still shrinking, I think.
Yeah, I've shrunk over 3 inches. Yep.
Take care, Michigan.
It's one of them.
Hi, Thrifty. Good to see you.
Older, but mine also is because of all my back surgeries and crap.
Yeah, he's
A
got
whole lot
quite
of
a
crap
bit.
is, just collapsed in my back. If it wasn't for the pain pump that I wear, I would be in absolute misery all the time. So, yeah, Josh is not hurting for hair. I'll say that for him. I cut mine not too long ago. Mine was shoulder length for a long, long time.
Yeah, it was.
It was time for it to go. It was just too much trouble to take care of. When it stops being any fun to have long hair, then it's time to cut it. Who said that? Was that Kareem?
That was Kareem. He's standing there in the corner looking at us.
Well, hello there, Kareem. How you doing there, big fella?
Kareem is becoming
Peekaboo.
much friendlier than he has been, at least to me.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. I see you. What about you, Bravo?
Well, it's afternoon here, too.
Peekaboo. Yeah, peekaboo to you, too. Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. He's going to keep saying it as long as they say it back to him.
Yeah.
Oh, my. My hair is localized, too, to that part of my head where I have hair.
It's just luck that my voice sounds any better, I think. I don't know if it's because I didn't talk much at all yesterday at all, because I basically stayed in bed yesterday. But come Tuesday, I go see my heart specialist and find out about the surgery on my heart. So about 2 o'clock Central Time, start praying for me, if you will, folks, because that's going to be...
And start praying an hour before, because that's when we have to get you in the truck and take you over
That's
there.
true. But the hammer drops about 2 o'clock.
I think
Thank
so,
you,
too.
Amy. Thank you. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what, it's kind of an odd thing. It gets worse as the day goes on. And about the time we're ready to go to bed, I'm squeaky like a mouse.
And I've taken my ears out because they've used up all the battery power, so I can't hear anything.
It makes for an interesting period of time when we go to bed. Here I am trying to shout, and she can't hear me. And
Thank you, Lisa.
thank you, Lisa. But we'll see.
I'm going to start my
Yeah,
little
yeah, please
show
do.
and tell presentation.
You've got the floor, baby. This is cool stuff. Pay attention here, folks.
You would think that this was some kind of a mini drink, like one of those little um, half-size sodas that you can buy at the store. But actually, it's only half of two soda cans. I got a bottom and I got a top. And the top,
Actually, you have two bottoms.
you know, yes, sorry. I meant the bottom of the top of this.
Right.
The top's got all kinds of holes in it. What this is, it is an alcohol stove. They make them most often for backpackers because they're so light and easy to carry. But they also are wonderful if your electricity goes out and you need to heat water or you need to cook something and you don't have a whole lot of room. This is what you do. And what I did was I cut two soda cans in half and got rid of all of the paint and stuff. Oh, weed pipe. No, sorry. Sorry, Josh. Then I took a nail and I put the holes all around the side. And I put the 5 holes in the center. And then I went and got a penny. This penny has got to be pre-1983. And the reason is because the pennies after 83 have got so much junk metal in them that they will melt. So you pour alcohol in the center and it falls down inside, and then you put the penny, see if I can do it, put the penny on the top so it blocks most of the holes. You give it a few minutes and the alcohol starts to evaporate and it puts fumes up here, and you light the fumes and you have fumes coming out to cook. Now the one thing I always suggest people do is if this gets hot is set it on top of something. I have some tiles that we used, floor tiles that we used, and I set it on top of that. However, you can also turn up your a pot over or a cookie sheet over or muffin tin or anything like that and set it on it. And it will continue to burn until you run out of alcohol. I used it when I first built this, and I just set a small pot of water. I have a little meth kit that I got when my kids were in Girl Scouts, and I put the little pot on top of there with water in it, and it burned water in less than 4 minutes. It was about 3.5 minutes to boil approximately a cup of water. So it's not a big cooker. You're not going to cook your Thanksgiving dinner on it, but it does work. Okay, well, I did pre-1983. This is an 83, so, and it worked. That's all I can tell you. So anyway, they work well. They're easy to keep. Most people, if you just set them on the shelf somewhere, don't realize what they are. Particularly if you turn it over so you can't see the holes in them, and just keep a penny with it. And you've got quick, easy cooking surface if you need one.
She's made, what, maybe half a dozen of those.
Oh, at least half a dozen of them.
So, they're easy to keep around.
And he quit drinking soda in cans, so I quit making them. But I gave several away as gifts because they're so handy and so easy to do. Yes, isopropyl alcohol. And we keep a lot of it on hand because I use it for cleaning and I use it for first aid and all kinds of other things.
You can use the 70% for this, right?
Yeah, 74% or 70%, whichever it is, can be used on this. The sea ration stove is something you can make old style can over wood or chocolate. Huh? Well, I haven't even seen that one yet, Joe. So I'll have to do some research on that. Moonshine would work too. That's right, North Sean.
Yeah,
Anything that any liquid alcohol that burns could go in there and work.
22-year-old scotch would work too.
And the other thing I thought about doing, which I have not tried yet, is taking just a regular can like you get your vegetables in, because it will sit down over the top, and set that down on there to extinguish it. I don't know if that would work or not. I've been afraid to try for fear it might blow up. But anything that will seal that off so that no more air can get to it should extinguish it. I don't know hand sanitizer would work, Josh, simply because there are so many other things beyond alcohol.
Yeah, there's a lot of other crap in there. You don't want to muck it up. Just keep it simple.
Put a tiny bottle in there, small hand sanitizer size. No, it's too hard to get it apart because when you put the top and the bottom together, you have to crinkle in the bottom in order to force it over. You can't get it apart anymore. Once it's in there, it's done. So
Yeah,
that's
for sure. That doesn't pop open.
no. Um, as far as waterproof matches, I didn't bring any in to show you, but I have taken a box of the kitchen matches that you can get at the grocery store, and one at a time dipped the striking in first in candle wax and let it dry, and then dipped the other side in, so they can fall in water or anything, and it doesn't hurt them because the wax protects them. When it's time to use them, you run it down the little striker thing, and it rubs off the wax and lights the candle.
Thing is, Josh, you can't open these after you get it made. It doesn't come apart.
I'm sorry?
You're saying you could put stuff in, like a little bottle of,
Yeah, put it all in here,
yeah,
Mhm.
you keep that,
but it'd just be hard to get it open.
pretty much impossible.
Huh, I'll be darned. I would like to see how you did that. That would be cool. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you again today. Now, the one I was talking to you about, let me put my drink down out of the way, that I said Sean had done last year, and I had made just a little change to, was you see it all over the internet. It's the tea light candle that they use. They make heaters with the tea light candles. And I have my supplies right here.
I'll move this out of the way.
Thank you. And I'm going to move the keyboard up out of the way. I have one large pot. And by the way, I got to thinking, most people that do this go and buy new pots to make their videos because they don't want people to think that pots get dirty. Well, I went and got mine out of the garden because if you're going to do this, you're probably going to do it at the last minute when suddenly you realize that you need something. Your electricity has gone out and you're not going to run to the store and buy them then. So my pots are used. So you have a large pot, a small pot, a cookie sheet, and a muffin tin. And what I do, I turn the cookie sheet over and put the muffin tin on it. Then I put 2 little tea lights inside, right here. You take the small pot, and put it on top. Then you
you've lit the candles now, by the
right.
way.
Then you take your pre-1983 penny and set it over the hole so it'll build up the heat and start radiating. Then you take your larger one and put it over. Now the secret to that is, put this back out of the way. The flames in there get a little bit of oxygen from under each one of the holes that come here. And it makes this get really hot and it radiates. Then you put the larger one on. It's going to pull more air through the holes. And the little one is going to radiate. It's going to heat the inside of the big one and heat the air in there. And some of the air will come out and the rest of it will radiate from here. So thank you, Sean. I thought that this would probably work better because it would allow air to flow, but it would also protect your furniture. So if you had to put it on a table or something like that, you wouldn't have a fire problem or a fire hazard.
And you can lay up these tea light candles because they sell them, in packages of 100 or so, pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Walmart sells
like
packages of 100 for $3.49 right now. So I have set aside quite a few of these.
Because they're good for a lot of things.
And they also sell these pretty cheaply.
Yeah, crayons do burn like a candle.
You can bend it and light it and it doesn't burn you. So
now the other things that we've laid in over the last couple of years, I guess the first thing was the sun oven. Is that the first one you got?
yes, I do have a sun oven, and that's what. No, we got the rocket stove.
The rocket stove.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we spent fair amount of money on those particular items because we wanted professional stuff. But Kate has a rocket stove that is really, really interesting.
And it works well on minimal, very minimal wood.
Minimal fuel.
I just save the branches. I break off trees and stuff, and they get dry, and it works beautifully.
And then
By the way, hello, prep for it. Welcome to the live stream. It's nice to see you.
And the other one is the sun oven that she's used and actually cooked some stuff. Didn't you do a chicken in there one time?
Oh, I've made chicken in there. I've made brownies in there once.
And,
I've cooked a lot of different things in there.
It's pretty good. I mean, it works. It takes a while because you're just using the sun, and she would have to tend it, go out and move it to follow the sun during the course of the day.
Or if
But
you
it
put it
works.
out early enough in the morning and you don't need it till night, you can leave it alone, and it just keeps it heated all day long and cooks it like a slow cooker.
Yep. So
Tracy gets a tap on the mapping Belgium. I thought we didn't we have Tracy.
Belgium.
Yes, we have Tracy. We have Tracy in there.
We already did, I think. Yeah. But so, question is, what little tips or tricks do you have that help you prepare that are real simple, quick, and easy along the lines of these little workarounds that Kate has found, like for the little stove and for the little heater, space heater, things of that sort.
And I have one other thing that I need to share with you about how to prep. And that is, there are a lot of people who do not have the money to buy the things that I've bought. However, you can go for $5 or $10 each payday to like Dollar Tree or someplace there and get yourself some food, dry foods or canned foods, and set them in a box or under your bed or on a back shelf or something, and slowly build up your preparation without ruining your budget. That's how I started. I started by buying just one or two extra things each time I went to the grocery store. So that was my other. Now go ahead, I'm sorry. But you need basically a rocket stove that uses an old-style opener with triangle holes. Did that come in my email? Let's see, Josh. Steel wool and 9-volt is a great way to. That is a good way to start a fire. You're right. Oh no, that won't be on this one. Sorry. I fill up your living room using the flower pot heater. You also have some sternos you can cook on. Yeah.
Yeah, sterno's a good thing to lay up. Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that everybody who has a desire to prepare for the future.
Hey, Celtic, how you doing, partner?
Hi, Celtic. Great to see you. How are you feeling?
You know, I love going to Ace Hardware, Lisa. There's one in Canyon Lakes, about 40 miles from here. That's the closest one. San Antonio, Texas. That's just sixth largest city in the country. And they don't have an Ace Hardware. I don't understand this, but about twice a year, we probably go up there and walk out with $400 or $500 worth of stuff.
Yeah. By the
things
way,
you can't find anywhere else.
By the way, Tracy, stocking up on dried beans and tins is an excellent way to start. You don't have to go in and buy hundreds and hundreds of dollars of anything. You can start slow.
Yeah, North Shore having bricks around is a good idea for a lot of stuff, not just a rocket stove. But yeah, rocket stoves are real easy to make with just a few bricks.
We have several cinder blocks, which also make excellent rocket stoves.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet they are, Tracy. Can you order through like Amazon and get things there? I didn't know if Amazon goes into Belgium
Amazon
very
goes
well or not.
worldwide. Yeah, Celtic, I saw the post about your accident, and I'm hoping you got your chair back. Yeah, it seems like things just been going kind of
I'm glad you're okay.
south for you here lately.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do is
Yeah.
show how to prepare. And I know that's what you do all the time, and that's what Sean does too, North Shore.
Yeah, it's
That's a good prep too, Tracy. Is get your seeds and get them in order,
yeah,
and whatever other supplies you need to start growing your own food. Hello, Lori at
good, Kelly.
Firefly Farms.
I'm glad your chair is fixed.
Honey, can you reach the Kleenex over there to hand me one? His nose itching. Thank you. It's making me want to sneeze, and I'm trying not to do that. Um,
Yeah, you're not living up to the end of the earth, are you, Tracy?
no, she's just in Belgium, but I didn't know how well their
Hey,
deliveries are.
Firefly, how you doing?
You can get canned foods and other things through Amazon as well, so that is something.
Pretty pricey, but there's one of the best places to lay up supplies actually is dollar store. You go through there, you find all kinds of things that you can throw in a box that you can then just kind of put in a closet or somewhere. And wonder if they have Amazon in the Amazon. Just
Celtic, I know that you can do that in the U.S., but you can't necessarily do the things in other countries that Amazon can do for you in
true.
the U.S., and that's why I was asking.
North Shore, our gas prices right now are running what about $1.90?
No,
$2.90?
yeah,
$2.90. That's right.
$2.90 to $3.15, depending on where you're going.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I have my seeds organized, but I have not planted anything yet. I should plant my garlic and onions, but it's still so warm out here, it's not a real hurry.
Fireflies
Yeah,
up to
Lisa, we do too. I
355.
like the dollar stores. Sorry, darling.
355 for gas where Firefly is. Well, Tracy's over in Europe. She's buying by the liter and she's paying way more than we do. 320 a gallon over in Louisiana.
540 in Canada where North Shore is. Hello, Susanna. Welcome to see you. You have a frosty day, and we have 75 here.
Yeah, we got a real nice day today. Real nice. 349. Wow.
Now, are you still in Boston, Thrifty, or have you moved away from there?
Sure seems to be a lot of differences depending on the region.
Mm-hmm.
$5.40. Wow. Where North Shore is.
Oh, back to the prepping.
Don't know if it's time to get scared yet or not.
If you can't find these wonderful, if you can't find these wonderful things, I can't get to start. There we go. It finally lit. Do think about waterproofing some matches for yourself, because it really is nice to have, and you don't have to worry, even in humid weather, like at Amy and Brett's. These will work. So, Dusty? Oh, he mowed his dirt. Okay. Yeah, I knew they were losing. El Paso, for some reason, always has had higher gas prices.
Which doesn't make sense.
Another thing you can do, I just thought of, if you have a clothes dryer in your house, chances are pretty good you have a lint trap in it. Save your lint. If you have paper egg cartons, stuff that lint down in the holes in the egg cartons, and then pour melted wax over that. When it's hardened, you can tear one of those little sections off and use it as an easy fire starter that will continue to burn once it's started for at least 5 minutes. So that's something that you might want to think about to keep around, because sometimes you need something that burns a little longer because your fuel gets wet, especially if you're using charcoal or wood. Ooh, 39 and rain. Burr.
Good time to be indoors. time to be indoors.
Yes, it is. And have your candles lit. That's true too. You can also cut those toilet paper tubes in half, shove the lint in them, and pour the wax in those if you set them in like a cookie sheet so that they're flat on the bottom. And when that wax dries, that makes a good fire starter too. Ella, that's right. That's what I was talking about. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. But you're going to California soon. What part of California, or can you say, Thrifty? Make charcloth in 15 minutes. Cut squares of old jeans or other cotton. Put it in a tin, throw it in the fire for 15 minutes. I thought about doing that.
That sounds like a pretty good idea.
I do too, Amy. I'm always looking for ways to reuse
She is
repurpose.
She is that.
Sometimes I get a little bit obnoxious about it.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she does.
I can see you on the screen. Oh my goodness. $8
You
a
know,
gallon.
Germany's always been, they pay by the liter over there, and they've always paid much higher prices. Their taxes are outrageous on gas.
You live in PNW? Do you know what he means by that? Joe, I don't understand. No. I'm sorry. Huh! That's an interesting idea, Celtic. A wheelchair car.
I think I've seen that. I saw a picture of that.
Pacific
I don't know if you sent it to me or not, Celtic, but it's a real small little, you just wheel your chair into it, and the door closes in the back, and that's it. You know, it's got a little winch. It's street legal, but it's just big enough for
just a tiny car,
for a wheelchair, and that's it. And off you go.
So if somebody else comes with you, they have to go in their own vehicle.
They're going to be in their own vehicle. You don't have room for a passenger.
Gather pine resin and keep it for fire starting. Can get a fire going even in damp conditions. Prep for it, that's true. But unfortunately, where Dave and I live, there are no pine trees anywhere near us. There are very few trees anywhere near us, so we don't have a lot of tall trees here. Things just are too dry and too hot for the trees to grow tall.
You get mesquite trees, not pine trees.
I have a fig tree that I planted 5 years ago, and it still is not even 5 feet tall. And I supplement watering with it all the time. Brett says they've been together 21 years and Amy hasn't thrown him out yet. Good for you, Amy. Keep reusing him. Isn't it funny how things change, Tracy?
Their point of view changes a little bit real quick, doesn't it?
On the lid of the bucket. That's a wonderful idea, Prep, for it. I had never thought of that.
Yeah.
Cool idea. Lori has 100-year-old pine tree widow makers. Yeah. Listen, I would love to have some of those. Believe me.
Widow makers.
Yes, tall dead trees that will fall and kill you if you're not careful.
All right. We used to have those over in Florida.
I was going to say those that we had in the front yard in Florida. I was afraid the wind was going to blow them over. Because with nothing but sand down there for them to grow in, I didn't think they'd have enough purchase with their roots to hold on.
Pretty resilient, though.
Yep. Had 7. Oh my goodness. That's too bad. What took them out? Do you know, Lori? I didn't let stinging nettles grow this year. Good idea. Pine fat babies go to fire starters. Sorry about that.
Yeah, people's mind change real quick, and all of a sudden they remember you talking about you being a prepper, and they knocking on your door saying, you got enough to share? Or do I have to kill you for it?
Now here's something that makes good fire wood, not necessarily fire starter, in our part of the country, and that is dried cow dung. You go pick up the
And
cow
little hard to
pounds
find.
and break them up because the cows eat grass. That's mostly all fiber. When it goes through and comes out the other end, once it's dried and it's been out there for a while, all the nastiness is gone and it's just dried fiber. And it burns very well. The Native Americans used it for years. That's right, Celtic. Cow pies.
Yeah.
Yeah. It works very well. I tried it when I was a kid just to see. We had a Girl Scout troop, and I wanted to find out. And there was a big field out behind our house, and I went wandering around until I found an old dead cow pile and brought it home. Mama thought I was crazy. Roll up phone books, bind them with wire coat hangers. Yeah, that would work. I'll tell you another thing that I've done before, and although we don't have a fireplace, so I haven't had a reason to use it, and it's a wonderful way to use up junk mail. I had two 5-gallon buckets. The one of them I put holes all up and down and even in the bottom. And I set that inside the other one and filled it up with water, the bottom one with water. And then every time I got junk mail, I'd shred it up by hand and throw it in there. And then as it got wetter and wetter and wetter, and full, filled up, then I swapped places and I put the solid one with the water in it on the top, and it pressed the water out of the pulp that was down in the bottom. Then I let that dry and used a saw to cut it up, and it burned in well in the barbecue pit. So it ought to burn fine in a fireplace too. And that's a good use of junk mail. Lighting poo on fire is a new way to start some. Right, Brett. As good as a Yule log, I bet it is. Grandparents had a beef farm in Vermont, 5-year-old. You do what cow pies. Yes. Yep. Well, I like to roll newspapers. You can roll them pretty tight and then get them kind of wet and twist them like you're wringing them out and let them dry like that, and they burn very slowly. Are you okay, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Sean and Amy and their fillets and fillets. Paper logs, that's exactly right. I have looked at paper logs, but I don't have anything to hold tight enough to hold it. My hands are not strong enough, so that's why I get them wet and then twist them.
Don't piss Amy off, Brett. You know better than that.
What else do you guys do for prepping? I keep coming up with things I've done since I was a kid that I don't even think of as prepping anymore. Paper done. You put it in there and extrude it out the end, or what? Amy?
Sounds kind of interesting.
Hmm?
Sounds kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think somewhere out in the garage we may have one of those guns for costume.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Just look. Oh, there he is.
Hmm?
Somehow Bravo was just blending in with his cage. I couldn't see him.
He's just standing over there.
Hello, Bravo.
He's
And
up at the top.
Creep's down there tearing up paper. I can hear him.
Yes. He's got fresh paper last night.
Hello, Bravo. Hello, Bravo.
That's a good one, too,
Yeah, I
Lisa.
see you over there. Peekaboo.
Alt gun
I see you, Creep. Oh, there's another country heard from.
All right, let's
Yeah.
try that.
That was Gandhi that time.
Cotton balls with Vaseline fresh. And I just threw away 3 pill bottles last night because I couldn't figure out anything else to make out of them.
Okay.
I put my matches in them. A good idea.
Well, man, that's what it's there for. It's sitting there to wait for a need to come along. We've got, well, an entire bedroom, I'll put it that way. But
With barely any room to
shelves.
move around in there.
Shelves are all around the outside of it that Kay's just kind of cobbled together out of this and that. And she puts all her canned stuff in there, plus all the various things she gets from Sam's and from Costco, more Costco than Sam's. And we've got pretty good stock of some stuff. There's more we'd like to have. Oh well.
My problem right now is that my shelves are so full that the thin wood that they're made out of, that the shelves themselves, they're metal out frames, but the shelves are wood, and they're doing this number now. So I have to go in and build new frames and put thicker wood on there to hold everything. Oh, very good. Mm-hmm. That's a good way to do it too, buy bulk on Amazon. I'm going to do without the exposure.
Water purification in a pinch, that's a good idea. Good
Lori,
idea.
I had it when I had chicken pudding fever, and I don't know what you can do to control it. All I can suggest is Depends. Older folks use Depends a lot when they have that problem. An old Visine bottle for bleach.
Yeah, you just put a few drops in your water. It'll sanitize it.
Emergency tent blanket and fire pit with water pills and melted. Very good. Put a section of June right off so it both
Label that bottle well. Yeah, you're right.
Rice or beans. Yes. I have a couple of those prepped for it, and they do work well. You can also put them in the freezer, and they work well for when you have swelling or need to reduce, have an injury that you need to put hold on.
Firefly's got a kidney infection.
I'm sorry?
Firefly's dealing with a kidney infection.
Oh, that's not good. One thing you do need to remember, if you're stocking batteries, do not put them so that they can touch end to end, and do not put them so they can touch anything that is metal. You don't want to start a fire, and you don't want to store all these batteries and have them go dead because they were touching metal.
I have a battery case that's got,
You want me to go get it?
I think thing weighs 30 pounds. It's got well over 100 batteries in it. It's got every size. It's got D's, C's, a whole lot of double A's, triple A's, and some 9 volts. So just about everything. And there's spots in there for the little hearing aid batteries, but I don't have any.
Take care, Thrifty. I'm glad you dropped by for as long as you were able to.
I think Kate got the case somewhere.
Yes, I bought them.
But now we've got
on wish.com.
All of our batteries are essentially in one place, which is great. And
it's all plastic, and it holds them so they cannot touch each other.
Yeah, and the thing when it's full, which it is now, probably weighs close to 40 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going anywhere. But if Kate needs a battery, by God, we got it.
Hot water bottles can be filled with cold water in hot season to cool your core. That's true. And putting something cool and or wet around the back of your neck during hot seasons really helps. It really makes you cool down quickly.
Yep. Very true. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me?
Because you said something, so I turned to see what you said.
I don't know what it was.
I don't either. Are you bombing him again, Joe?
Yeah, the admins for this group keep asking for the nude pictures. I don't know why. Once a week is a little exorbitant, don't you think?
Yes, it is, Brett. And
You
what I
looking at me?
suggest,
You looking at me?
what I suggest for that is baby powder, or baby powder with cornstarch, or just plain cornstarch. I lived in Corpus for a long time, and it's as humid there as it is where you live. That's how we managed it. Lots of cornstarch.
Yeah. Well, Loretta, I feel for you with migraines. I lived with a woman that had migraines for a long time, and they were a bitch.
Yes, they were.
Pretty bad. Oh, man.
I got busy yesterday and got my barbecue pit back in shape so
Oh,
that I
yeah.
can barbecue. Did I hear you say, oh no?
No, I said, oh, yeah.
So it is now ready and it works. I checked the propane and it is working. Plus I cleaned it all up with a wire brush and then heated it up real good and cleaned it again. Heated it up the second time, scrubbed it real good with not a nylon scrubby, but a scrubby kind of thing. And the third time I heated it up, I covered it with lots of vegetable oil and did it like I was seasoning cast iron. So it's ready. And the side that uses charcoal, I ran a whole bunch of wood and charcoal through it and cleaned it up real well too. So I'm ready to go barbecue today.
What are you going to cook?
I've got 2 big packages of hamburger meat all bought out.
Okay, cool.
So,
Good. That sounds good.
retinal migraines, that sounds terrible. Yes, I agree, Brett.
Yeah, you need to know how to use what you got.
And you need to know how to cook the food that you have set aside. If you're set aside things you don't know how to use, or your family or you won't eat, that's as good as not doing anything at all. So cook your preps if you're prepping food. Learn how to use your equipment if you're buying equipment.
Yeah, if you don't know how to use a sun oven,
You can go hungry trying to figure it out.
having to learn in a hurry or in an emergency sucks.
Yes, metal. You should at least open them and see what they are.
Yeah,
Bug out bags are no good if they're filled with stuff you can't use.
I mean, if it's obvious stuff, you've got it packaged in your bug out bag for a reason, just to store it there, that's one thing. But if you haven't ever used it or not exactly sure how to use it, or, well, I'll read the directions, then you need to do something else. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Something is making my nose itch like crazy. You need to open your toys and play with them. That's right,
true.
Sean. That's absolutely right.
That's true. Boys and their toys.
And hey, not all boys. I got lots of toys too.
Yeah, you got more toys than I do.
Yep. And I'm learning to use the ones you have, the power tools. I'm getting to be a builder. I'm finally learning how to build things.
Good.
I can now use a power saw. I can use a chainsaw. I can use power screwdrivers and drills. I can even use the table saw thing that we've got. So I'm learning. Oh, well, have you read the instructions that came with it, Nettle?
I can understand that. I'm getting the tent back in his box is a bane of all time.
I'm unstoppable. I don't know. Let me fall down on the cement again, and I may be stopped.
You got 40 volt on your chair now. That's cool. They must all ask.
No, I won't use the power tools on David. The closest I get to that is my Dremel tool when I do his toenails. See if I can get the tools and pencil. I'm learning. I've never really had anybody to teach me before, but I'm learning. And I'm finding I like them. Like when I transferred from a little bitty car to a big truck, I like that
as
too.
long as you give them the respect they're due.
Do what?
As long as you give them the respect that they're due.
Oh, I do, believe me. And I'm careful to put them away when I'm finished with them and clean them before I put them away. A 40-volt chainsaw.
Oh, wow.
I have an electric plug-in chainsaw. It's the best I can do. We keep moving this table.
Yeah, I know.
Are y'all getting shaky or woozy because we're shaking things around so much? Check out Anna White's channel. She builds amazing stuff. I don't know what to do with Anna White. I will do that. Thank you. Father gave me a toolbox many, many years ago. You still have it.
I still have some of the tools my dad gave me when I was, way back when I was still in the Air Force.
My dad gave me a toolbox. It was a box of Kleenex, a rag, and a jar of Pledge. My dad and mom thought that cleaning in the house was the perfect place for a woman.
But other than that, he was a nice guy. But other than that, he was a nice guy.
He was. He was raised in Boston, Massachusetts, pre-World War II.
Antiquated ideas.
That's all he knew.
He even found a new toy for you.
Oh, cool. You copy that down and I'll go look for it when this is over. I'll go check it out. Thank you, Amy.
How many windows do you have open down there?
I don't know, 8 or 10. That's better than usual.
Wow.
I normally have at least 15 documents open just for capturing recipes that I want. As a Barbie-sized hammer. Oh, cool. I'll have to look it up.
Tracy, thanks for coming by. We appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much for coming by.
Yep, I'm getting ready to punch out here myself.
I'll have to take a look at it. Green Raven, hello. Yes. Prep for It mentioned the petroleum jelly on cotton balls.
Oh, shit.
Stay safe, Tracy. You okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch out here in just a minute.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go down because I want to. Are you gonna stay on, or are you getting off now too?
I've run out of things that I need to tell everybody for this week.
Okay.
So I'll probably sign off too, and that way I can
kinda
go help you get adjusted and moved around.
Need you to move Weezer and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we will say.
Oh my God, you bet, Lori. I'll make you a cheeseburger. You come on here.
We'll.
The birds are wonderful, Savannah. They're doing beautiful.
We'll say goodbye for today. Thank you very much for coming by. Y'all have a good week. We love you. We'll be praying for you. Please pray for me on Tuesday. Should be getting
hopefully some good news.
Some pretty important information on Tuesday.
Yep.
So,
thank you. And I am going to go too, so I can help you get everything set up in the other room. Susanna, if you go back and watch the beginnings of this, I showed two different ways that you can produce heat, one to cook on and the other to just keep warm. So
Bye, Lisa. Bye, Josh. You guys
love
take
you
care.
too, Amy. You take care. Lisa, thank you for it. Josh, take care. All of you, thank you so much for coming by. We
Yep.
really love this time in our week. Seeing you all, it's wonderful. You're our family and our friends.
Thank you.
Take care and bye bye.
Bye bye.